So here is now a ninja move that your brain does to you that you don't even see. And I mentioned this earlier. It's not just the fear of failure that prevents us from dreaming. There's also fear of success. That fear actually is way more powerful than fear of failure. Let me explain. I read this Facebook post from a friend of mine the other day online that I thought was so perfect. And I'm just going to read you one sentence that I captured from that post that I think is it's the thing I want you to think about from this episode. She says, it's the life you don't know how to live yet that feels risky. Think about that. When you have a dream, it means that dream will change your life. Like if you want to know how to swim, if you want to own a self-driving car, if you want to make $1 million, if you want to be debt free, the thing you say you want is going to change your life, which means whatever life you're living right now is what you know, is what you're familiar with. If you get the thing you say you want, you will have to live a different life that you're not familiar with, that you don't know. And that is more risky than actually failing to achieve the thing and remaining in the same life you have right now. Because if you go for the thing, if you say, I want to be debt free, and you keep trying to be debt free and you keep being in debt, you remain in the life that's familiar to you. So there's no risk there. The risk is in trying, but that's not super risky considering the other risk of actually succeeding, paying off the debt. And now you had to live debt free. All of a sudden you're like, this is different. I don't know how to do this. And your brain is always projecting in the future, especially Amy. Amy likes to project in the future and see how it's not going to work out. When you're debt free, I don't think I'm going to like it. And when I say Amy, if you're new and listening to the podcast, it's your amygdala. I call her Amy. And this is your emotions brain center. I like to explain so that you don't get lost in what I'm talking about. But your emotion center is your amygdala that diffuses all of the emotions, that releases all the emotions that are driven by your thoughts into your nervous system. Okay. So when I say Amy is prone to projecting into the future, seeing how the three things she lives for will be interrupted, which is being efficient, which means conserving energy. She likes to do the same thing over and over. She also likes to avoid danger. And to Amy, danger is anything unknown. And the third thing is she likes immediate pleasure. So becoming debt free is a future pleasure. So Amy is already against that. And then it's not conserving energy because you will have to do things differently to become debt free, different than what you're doing now, which means you're going to exert more energy. And then the third thing is because that debt free life is unknown, that's danger. Absolutely not. Unacceptable, disapproved. And she's going to stamp that decision. No, we're not doing this. So that's why your dream feels unachievable, unattainable. And as soon as you even want to think about it, your brain gives you, Amy, 17,000 reasons why it's not possible. Therefore, let's just drop it. All of this happens inside of your brain the minute you want to focus on what you want. So if you know this, that there's fear of failure, but more importantly, there's fear of success, there's fear of the life that you haven't yet lived, the fear of that actually becoming true, that feels more risky. If you know that this is what is happening, the question remains, now why would you still want to go ahead and determine what you want, owning it, being willing to go for it, creating a process to make it happen, going through the process and becoming the woman who has the thing? Why would you want to do that?